the one owner is really, I mean, I don't want to reveal too much, but the words that were used were, I'm on life support right now, and we don't, obviously we want to be a good partner, so I think it's very reasonable. I think we just need to look at a safe plan, and that plan might look a little different than what was approved previously.
And I'd hope, like the residents really think, if they can, I understand it's the holidays and stuff, but to whether it's carry out or whatever, to try to support these local businesses. My brother owns 40 acres on the west side of the state, and it's a smaller town, and there was basically 3 restaurants in town, and as of the last time I was up there, the 3rd restaurant just closed its doors because they can't do it anymore. So, a lot of people are losing their businesses out there, so anyway, if you can help a local business, do it if you can.
Yeah, we have published all the local businesses again on our website. We during the first round of COVID or the shutdown, we really tried to promote the local restaurants. And then once there was some level of normalcy, we kind of lost our focus. Well, we've shifted back again to really pushing the restaurants in Taylor. And I think it's, I mean, they're all deeply concerned. So I think anything we can do to help is reasonable. And I think Laura conveyed to all of you, we did have a couple of, remember that the opportunity that we rolled out it was a free permit. There was no cost. We just wanted to make sure that proper inspections were performed. We did have a couple of businesses that just popped up tents and didn't have the inspection part completed. So we would want to just make sure that we really stress the importance of the inspection, especially during this time because it is colder, and heat and sides would likely be something that each business takes into account.
Mr. Chairman.
Councilman Bzura.
And I would concur with that. And I'm not even sure tents are feasible if I owned a business, so I wasn't necessarily speaking to tents, but just the concept of, not even necessarily waiving the permit fee, but if we did, fine. But if somebody was looking to do something that is good for their customers during the winter time, whether it be a building permit or if they need approval on something, to expedite that process to the extent that we're understanding that they're all on survival mode, and if there's anything we can do to help, but do so in a safe manner and do so with full inspections, etc. That's just a small way for us to help these guys try and survive and get through it.
Yeah, I agree, Mr. Chairman. And if you all have any thoughts or wisdom that you'd like to share, we don't have the answer, so if there's something that you're thinking of specifically, please share it so we can consider implementing it, because I think we do need to do more than we've ever done in the past right now. I don't want to put State Representative Garza on the spot, but I'm going to, and ask him, I thought he might have slipped out, but I have not heard officially if there's any consideration of an extension, so I don't have a pulse of really what to expect a week from now. And I don't know if Alex can or is interested in sharing anything. I know the governor's in a very tough situation because we are dealing with really increasing numbers. We were at one point about 6 weeks ago looking at 3 to 5 cases daily in the city of Taylor, and I think over the last week they've been north of 30 every day, including today we had a fatality that was recorded. So the numbers are I don't know if skyrocketing is the right term, but they are higher than normal. I know that is the concern for the governor, and as it is for all of us, but I also share your concern that we have to consider survival of these businesses because the taxes are still coming due, the mortgages are still coming due, and I know a lot of them did participate in the grant process, but $7,500, although it's a nice injection for them, their problems are just much bigger than $7,500. So, Alex?
Yeah, thank you. Definitely can speak to that as far as the December 8th deadline for this 3-week pause. Right now, we'll probably know more by Thursday exactly what's going to happen with this when we look at whether if it's going to end on, I'm going to be honest with you, I don't think it will end because of what we're seeing. Today's been the deadliest day as far as COVID cases go in Michigan since March that we've seen numbers today. So if we do see another 3 weeks, it would expire on December 29th. But we're still looking at the numbers, and the governor still has some work to do as far as what that looks like if she does decide to have the department issue that order again. So we're still looking at that and seeing kind of what's happening with that currently. But I just wanted to just mention one thing as far as the businesses go. We've been able to do about $80,000 in grants for local District 12 businesses, just actually some smaller grants to help them continue to remain afloat, to be able to meet payroll and everything else. So we're starting to go back into another phase of trying to get some of these more grants for local District 12 businesses. So if we're able to continue to do that, we'll post that on our Facebook page. And of course, we'll welcome local District 12 businesses to apply for those. So
I know this is just a guess, but do you think like the extensions will be 3 weeks in 3 week increments?
As of right now, that's what we're looking at, 3 week increments as far as this goes. Right, but I'll tell you that we'll probably know more on Thursday as far as that goes.
Okay. Mr. Baum.
Thank you, Chairman Woolley, City Council. As Mayor spoke about the $7,500 grants, it is just, a little tiny bit of support, but I just want to make aware that next meeting we're trying to fast track a program. We did receive $325,000 of additional CARES Act funding that we will be putting together a residential rental relief program. And we're working through the kinks of that and all the guidelines and trying to see how we can help as many residents as possible. Again, it won't be something that will save residents, just something to keep them afloat. So that will be coming forward for your approval at the next meeting.
Okay. That's good.
Mr. Chairman, what did you call it, a residential?
We're still trying to be residential relief, and with mortgages right now with the CARES Act, as long as it's a government insured mortgage, they have to offer relief. But say you went to a credit union for your mortgage, those are not government backed. So there will be a little bit of mortgage relief, but if you have a government insured mortgage, then we would defer you to your institution. So that's what we're trying to work out, all the guidelines, and that we will, if you guys want to have any input, feel free to reach out to me. But we do plan on fast tracking it and getting it here for your approval at the next meeting. If you've been watching the news, food banks are just backed up. We do plan on bringing another round for Fish and Loaves for your approval at next meeting as well. HUD did uncap the public service cap, so we are going to also bring that forward at next meeting.
Okay.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, just to expand on what Jeff had talked about, Councilman Bzura, so it will basically be rental assistance and some mortgage assistance and also some land contract assistance. That's what we're trying to bring forward to you guys to consider, because the federally insured mortgages do have some internal relief already built in. We wanted to try to extend it. Right now, we're looking at potentially like up to $1,500 per. And if we, based on that calculation, what was the number, Jeff? About 175 families?
$1,500 per, we'd be 170.
Yeah, so, that, again, if you look at the number of renters in the city of Taylor, including apartments, it's probably north of 2,000. So, I mean, that's still only a small drop in the bucket, but we're trying to make the best of what we have. And the other thing, even going back to the small business grant, we're still encouraging people to reach out. As of right now, we have a small balance remaining and 0 applications in the hopper. So for the small businesses that are struggling, please submit your applications, and we'll try to process them as quickly as possible. But I think Jeff said we have about $60,000. Is that?
I think a little north of 65.
So, and no applications. So if you guys know any businesses, or if anybody watching that's at home that owns a business that is struggling, please go to cityoftaylor.com and the community development webpage, and the application link is available.
Okay, that's good to hear. Councilwoman?
I would like to point out too, and I think Carl shared it, there are some grants available for small businesses through the MEDC, correct?
Mr. Chairman, there's some grants through the MEDC as well as Wayne County. So I don't know if because it does require a certain amount of information to be submitted, if people are just reluctant to share that information. But again, internally, I don't want to speak for the county or the MEDC, but everything here is kept confidential. It's shared with all of you upon request, but it does not go out anywhere else. So, the documents are not shared anywhere, so there's no reason for them to be concerned. I would just encourage people, if they're in need, to please submit the application. and/or through the MEDC in Wayne County, or through the state of Michigan. I know that State Representative Garza mentioned some support that they've already supported local businesses with. I suspect they have similar programs that are still running, but you know, right now we wanted to make sure we exhaust our entire grant amount and try to help as many people as we can. And we will, you know, we'll get the residential program to each of you as quickly as possible, but we're really working as hard as we can to get it to the next meeting. So it's available, and hopefully that gives some people some hope of relief, especially this time of year.
Absolutely. Okay. Does anybody else have anything? Okay, if not, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
I will make a motion to adjourn. Support.
Okay, I have a motion to adjourn by Councilwoman Cross, supported by Councilman Remick. All those in favor say yes.
Yes.
All opposed say no. Meeting is adjourned at 7:17 p.m.